upside down? There. Good God. Apparently it's raining outside. There's a dog down here with me tonight. Alright, let's adjust things. Good Lord. Sorry, it took me 4 tries to start this. I already did the blue on the little wings there. Alright, now I'll adjust this down a little bit. A little bit more. Whew, how's everybody doing tonight? I don't even know if this is working. There we go. Okay, so let's start off tonight painting the big bug. Hey, tabletop date night. How you doing? Been having a rough time trying to get this all together tonight. Oh, that's awesome. I've had the kind of week work that just, whoo, it's made me question every day. Is today the day? Is today the day I snap? Well, luckily, I've been able to hold it together for a little bit at least. I forgot I have this big holder now. Let's see if we get it tighter. There we go. There we go. Might have to zoom out a little bit too. There. Well, let's see. I've been trying to put tile down all week. I started on Monday. I have 2 rooms to do. I finished one room yesterday, and I started on the second one yesterday, and today I didn't even get to look at it. Just between air conditioners going down, somebody trying to light their apartment on fire with an electrical fire. He called me going, my stove isn't working. I go over there and find out it's because the wires in your wall are melted. Hey, let's take care of that. I think we had a power surge or something at work, and the old wiring is not grounded very well. I had an air conditioner that I was working on this week where the breaker in the wall was fried, the kill switch on the side of the air conditioner was fried, the transformer inside of it was busted, and then the contactor on the machine outside went out too. I'm like, this, oh yeah, and the fan motor melted. I was like, this had to be a lightning strike or something, some kind of a surge, because all that doesn't just go at once. Yep, there are angled brushes. I use the good old bend it until it works. Here. Paint the model upside down. Yeah, one of those two. Why does the music sound so bassy? There we go. Then I had another one today, and another air conditioner go down today that I don't have the stuff to fix his. And then I called my HVAC tech, and he's like, oh, I could be there on Monday. So he started throwing a fit with me. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I do not have the equipment I need to fix your machine. Here, take this fan. It's going to suck for a few days. Oh yeah, the liquid putty. It came out mostly just to gap fill a lot of stuff, but I have been known to use that as an actual like texture paint on stuff. Like, oh, it needs to be green. I have this bottle of liquid green stuff. Let's see what I can do with it. So I know I put it in the title. I got the stuff for marine juice because I am intrigued. And well, I got almost all the stuff for marine juice because I thought I had more stuff than I actually do. Yeah, that's what its purpose is. Not for painting stuff green. Yeah, it does work better than the wood filler because you can water down the liquid green stuff and you can get it to a nice consistency that you want. Hey, Terrainaholic, how you doing tonight? How you doing tonight? Oh, awesome. We already got fireworks going off outside, so I got the little dog is down here with me. So you might hear her dog collar going clickety clack. Right. And this one I got the one with the exposed elf in the middle. So that's going to be a thing. Going to add a little bit of detail to this thing because it's mostly going to be mostly green. Green, and then I'm going to do like a yellowish Kip Bashing Pestilence Claw Lord tonight. Cool. Like I'm going to do some yellowish on this one as well. Just to break up. I don't want to have just this big old green Hulk. I can't tell if they're supposed to be armored, so I'll just leave it not. Hey Scott, it's going great. Going great. Getting towards the end of these Beetle boys. We're gonna have their game this weekend. And then I don't think my next resin order is gonna be here in time for me to print stuff for Monday. So I have something in reserve over there for Monday. Is the Friday night fight in the pipe? Yes, it is. It is ready to go. And I have an odd question for you guys, just because you're on that side of it. Have you been getting recommended my videos that are still on members only? Like the stuff that I've scheduled to come out like a week or two from now? More Green Beetle! They pop up for you. Okay. Because I've noticed too, like as I scroll through, I will get recommended my own members only videos, but then once they're not on members only anymore, they don't get like recommended anymore. Or I don't see them natively in the YouTube like For You page. I'm not going to say don't become a member, but you know, it's not required. I'm not one of those guys that puts things behind a paywall. You all will see the stuff eventually. I just usually get to do stuff like 2 or 3 weeks ahead of time. That way I can give myself some breathing room. You watched them twice. Oh, I know. Tradeaholic, you are 90% of the time, if not always, my first comment on stuff. Yeah, that is strange. I get my videos recommended to me, and I'm like, I know YouTube. I've seen it. But that just means that you are sitting in your own algorithm. You make stuff in the subjects that you like. Okay, so that will be all of the green. Good Lord, it looks so much greener on camera than it does here. Pull up the camera a little bit. Here it's like, you know, it's green. It's kind of like, you know, like spring leaves green. On camera it looks neon green. I love it. Okay, what are we going to do next? It looks very green. It is, well, I mean, green. It's not that green that is coming up, but it is what it is. All right, now for we're going to let that green sit for a minute before I get green capped. This is Army Painter Effects oil stains. This is kind of like their version of Nuln Oil. And while we're waiting for that to dry a little bit, well, I got a hiccup there. I got the stuff for marine juice that we're going to try later. And just because it's cool, I wanted to figure out how it works. So I got Laren Medium, Reikland Flesh Shade, and it said dark tone. I thought I had dark tone at home. I had strong tone, but it says you can also use Nuln Oil, so I was going to use oil stains for that. So we're going to mix all three of these together in my glaze medium jar that I emptied out and didn't throw away. But we're going to do that later, and we're going to put that on some of the beetles that are already done, like these guys. So we're going to see what it does. just because I'm curious. It's going to be an experiment, and we're going to do it together. And yeah. All right, so now we're going to try to get in there to all the skin bits with ochre clay. So this is a greenish yellow. And for that, we are going to use our flow aid, and we're going to give it 2 drops. Okay. Yeah, that was a great suggestion that someone gave me here on stream. Most of the suggestions you guys give me are good. So you're right in here. That's the biggest spot that we can get in with that. We're going to have to switch over to a different brush. We got to get all up in it now. Kind of has a got that there with that. Well, good. Hello, Nerval Rider. How are you doing tonight? Oh, awesome. Another oddball thing that really doesn't, it's not a problem or anything, but I've noticed that the picker wheel that I like to use, I think it is weighted, and I didn't know. Yeah, I got fireworks too. That's why I got the little dog down here. She's currently hiding between my legs. But yeah, here, we'll just do that this color. I think the picker wheel is weighted because what I wanted to do with it for the Friday Night Fights is I wanted to just, leave all the armies on there and just let whatever it rolled is what I would do. Well, it kept giving me war demons, even though I've already done a war demons. And then I took the war demons off, and it kept giving me Titan Lords. So I was like, what the hell? It's just wherever those two happen to be on the wheel. It's just weighted to those positions. So like I said, I was going to leave them on there to just do whatever every week, but I think it'd get boring if I kept be like, all right, this week we're doing War Demons, and then next week we're doing War Demons again. So I'm going to take, once an army gets done, I'm going to take them off the wheel for a while. Oh, there's the little one. Good night, Bubby.
Good night.
Love you. So, need tail ideas? Need a tail ideas for what? What needs a tail? Oh yeah, what was it? Yeah, I'm gonna take, like, whenever I do an army on there, I'm gonna take it off the wheel for a few weeks. That way you don't get the same army over and over again. So that's it. That's just another oddball thing that I have discovered this week. Is my picker wheel is weighted, and here I was. I've been using that picker wheel for a while for all kinds of different stuff. That should be green, but it's so deep in there. I don't want to get the green out again yet. So it'll just be yellow. There we go. So green and yellow are done. Ta-da! Tomorrow, what is tomorrow's? What is tomorrow's game? Oh yeah, tomorrow's game's gonna be interesting. Pestilence Call, we got the main form minus the tail. Kind of want to avoid green stuff until I get to the cloth. Like, it needs a tail. And if you want to avoid green stuff, I would just use some super glue and like some, maybe some hemp rope. Take a couple strands of this, like twist it down real tight, hit it with some super glue. Maybe. Right. Yeah, and you could put like use a paper clip to wrap the rope around, or you could, use a paper clip to glue the rope to it. God, that thing is already leaking everywhere. That might help you out with the positioning. You mean like the one I use the flow aid in here instead of the speed paint medium? It's because the flow aid will allow it to stay liquid for longer. When I'm just doing like a single model like this, it's not really that big of a problem. But if I'm doing like racks of stuff, the paint will start to dry out and get tacky. And then that could just throw everything all off. So flow aid, like before, I just used to use water, but flow aid seems to help. It just seems to do what I wanted to do so much better. All right, any other wood things on here? I don't think so. No. Okay. Hey Russ, how you doing? Doing good, doing good. The work week is over. All week I kept having to ask myself, is today the day I snap on people? Ugh. But we made it through. Oh, that's far. Oh, that's far too much. Let's. What is the? Why am I leaking? Oh, that'd be why I'm leaking. Hold on. I'm something. Leave it to me to do stuff at 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh, excellent. Oh, let's see here. OPR Frontier is live on my manufacturer. Gonna be grabbing a couple arms I missed for cheap. Yep, that's what their things are always good for. And in the back, let's see. There's one more I missed. Always good place to be. All right. Gettysburg's a place I would like to check out one day. But not quite close enough. Alright, let's clean stuff up here. Good God. Okay. We are this far so far. Alright. Oh, I missed it. Oh, alright, let's do that. Let's go back and do that, otherwise I won't let my... Otherwise I'll skip it. Okay. Why does that look so much better? All right, let's do a little touchy touch down here. Here we go. Just a little touchy touch. A little touchy touch right in the middle of that. There we go. Okay. We're going to go ahead and go into the orange now, which is our amaranth red for his tabard. And then after that, it is pretty much just going to be one little dot a flesh shade, and then the rest is going to be pallid bone. Let's give it a sec. Let's start in the back. I gotta come up with some good. Gotta come up with some good, good T-shirt ideas. But pallid bone is a good color. It's a versatile color. Sacrificed the goat this week. Oh, this is from One Page Rules, their Wood Elves collection. Okay. Let's set that over there. We might need another. Oh yeah, it's something I'm not entirely sure about the lore of them in One Page Rules, but the Wood Elves they hit in there, they have like, you know, deer, owls, and beetles. Okay. So they went like a little bit different direction than other companies do with their Wood Elves. What's down here? Okay, so bone. And the thing is with the Wood Elves is they don't use any metal. So everything here has to be either bone or wood of some form. So that's why we got this going on. You here for the marine juice? Well, that'll be shortly. This guy's actually almost done. We got to do the blue for the wings, and then probably a second coat on the orange, and he is all set. And here, this is supposed to be all cocoony, so we're gonna do boop 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 boop. We'll do that. Where's it at? Where is it at? What was that? Well, I'm going to be trying it out for the first time. We'll see how it works. Oh. Blue. High Lord Blue. That little bit of liquid. Boop. There we go. Whoa, buddy. Go over here. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Do I do a varnish? No, I don't do a varnish at all before doing the speed paints. Normally, I would do an oil wash on them, on these guys, and that I would apply a varnish for, because using mineral spirits on speed paints, it just eats right through them. A little bit faster than other paints. So other channels I've seen do oil washes where they just slap it on there and they start taking it off immediately with a Q-tip. Like, I go, my paint job. Oh no. I'm gonna do one last go over on the orange. And this isn't speed paint. This is Amaranth Red from who makes this? Model Color, Vallejo. Because all my oranges are kind of like burnt oranges, and I wanted a bright orange on this one. Just needed some real contrast to this, and things to really, like, break up the silhouette, because I was like, I want them green, and then the first ones I did, I was like, oh, those are too much green all at once. Okay, that's that. It's done. Then for the elf, right in the middle, just the face that you can see. Boop. A little bit of peachy flesh right there. Alright, so this guy, his paint job is not 100% done. He is going to get a dry brushing of limeade on the green, dry brushing on the high spots, dry brushing of white on the bone. And then the wood is going to get a dry brushing of territorial beige. But for now, like whenever you do speed paints like this, you want to let it sit. Once you get the paint done, let the speed paint kind of like cure, soak, whatever you want to call it, for at least overnight. Because if you start dry brushing on this, it's going to like just move around. So that'll be him for now. So now we get to play with the other bugs. Okay, let's pull out these big guys. These will be our test subjects, and then if we keep going from then, if we got the time, we'll do it further. Yeah, it'll tear the speed paint right off. Yeah, that's limeade. Just a really, really, really bright green. So, marine juice. This is almost the right flavors. So I got the technical, the lemon medium. The funny thing was, is I've had this bottle of it for ever. So I bought new stuff today because I'm pretty sure that's chunky. Reichland Flesh Shade, and normally you're supposed to use dark tone. I was like, I have dark tone at home. I didn't. I had strong tone. But I saw that you can substitute Nuln oil for it. I don't have any Nuln oil, but I do have a squirt bottle full of oil stains, which is the Army Painter version of it. So we're gonna do a little chemistry, and I have just this old bottle, an empty bottle of glazed medium that I've had forever. I ran out of it forever ago, and the bottle's just hung out on my desk ever since, kind of like it's meant to be. So let's just do this to make it easy on me. But by top. Right, first one up. Oh, that felt easier than it should have been. Okay. Make sure there's no chunkies at the bottom of this. And then we will just boop, boop. And cut that off too, so it doesn't get in the way. All right. The Reichland Flesh Shade. All right, we're in. And then our experiment, oil stains. This is full. I've only ever opened it just to see what it did. I think there's a little bit in the bottom of that I might have to beat up later. So this is going to be our marine juice. Is it going to work? No idea. Never done this before. We're experimenting. I give this a good shake and we pick up all the other paints that got knocked around over here. All right. Should be good enough. I even like it. It has this top with a directional pour spout on it. So probably need more than that. There we go. Let's see how this works. Let me get a good old thick brush here. Do you just print out a whole bunch of bases so I always have No, I print them out with the models themselves. Other than, sometimes I get my math wrong. Like I got a couple 32s and 25s over here. Sometimes I forget how many I actually need, but yeah, just print them out with the models. Alright, I don't know. Let's see what she does. Well, yeah. Right. Hey, you know what? You know, doesn't matter what it looks like now. We're going to see what it looks like when it's dry. But I think I can already tell this is going to be pretty good. Maybe not on the white, but we'll see. Do the arrow and the bow. All right. We're going to let that dry to see how it turns out, but I'll tell you what, right now it's looking pretty good. See some spots I missed. Yeah, let's go to the other one. So we'll put him over here. He will be number one. We'll do number two. So flow improver, flesh shade, and dark tone. Yeah, it's a llama medium, which llama medium. That's just it's just the Citadel flow improver. Reichland flesh shade, and then I used oil stains, but they say to use dark tone. Leave one unjuiced. All right, I'll leave that one over there unjuiced. Where this isn't the oil wash I usually do, we don't have to wait around for 6 hours for it to dry. Don't want to be sloppy with it. Maybe. Well, in that case, I got the matte sealer, matte spray. And it is okay for a carapace to be shiny. Which game is this for? These are for one-page rules, Age of Fantasy. Yeah, I got that. So yeah. Oh no, I hit that. Alright. So we'll leave this one unjuiced. We'll see what happens. So, well, okay, it's time to throw this out. I just stuck my finger right through it and I'm blah. Okay, while we're waiting, I'll get a new piece. The 10mm dwarves I worked on last time, I took the next day and just finished the rest of them, except for the bases. And they didn't get their dark umber oil washes. These guys I oil washed. Huh. So you can see the difference that the oil wash makes. Ignore the base. Using the dark umber. Those are the two of them right there. So these guys will be ready. This need a little bit more time to cook. They'll be ready soon. Yes, tiny dwarves. And then I'm going to be using these for the Sky City dwarves, or the Caradron Overlords. These are going to be the gunships, and then I got the big ones are going to be the, I forgot the call, but the blimps. And then there's a difference between the washed and unwashed troops. I got this. Ta-da. Came out pretty good. Or at least it will come out pretty good when they're all set. Which army am I looking forward to coming out most from OPR? Well, I mean, I already got the orcs. I got my babies. The great unwashed. The next one I'd be looking forward to coming out, yeah, Deep Sea Elves is a pretty good one, but I kind of want to see what they do with a Dark Elf. I want to see Marauders. Dark Elf. Yeah, the Dark Elves for Grimdark Future. Is it Marauders? I don't know. It's not in front of me right now. I can't remember. Space Gobbers. Oh, I'm liking the way this looks. Again, we're not 100% dry, but Dark Elf Raiders, that's the word I was looking for. I'm interested to see what they come out with there. I feel like my camera is not doing them 100% justice here. Because this one is so much different than this one. I like this stuff. I like this stuff, and now I have, how much? That filled right to the top. I have 60 milliliters of it. So, alright. Okay. So what we could do, stuff works well. It does work well. So we can put those over there. We can put this guy here. And we can get what they're coming up with Battle Brothers. Well, yeah, I'm interested in that as well. I don't know. I've fallen so out of love with Space Marines that it's just the concept. I'm like, okay, dude in armor. As long as the shoulder... No! We must have unreasonable shoulder pads. They must be comical. They must be spherical. They must be bulbous. That's right. It must look like Space King. This. I'm going to take this. We're going to fill her up. conical. Did you see the Horus Heresy models? Yes, the Saturnine Terminators. Yes. They're interesting. I actually used some 3D printed Saturnine armor for the Dark Brothers army the video I did. And I don't know, I kind of like the ones I printed better. There is something going on with the Heresy Saturnine armor that I don't know what it is, but I look at it and just go, bah. Maybe there's too much greebling on them. Maybe I wanted more smoother armor plates. I don't know. I mean, I'm not opposed to them, but I'm not 100% a fan. I have, what is that set that they just came out with? That I have no idea what it is. All I know is that people on the internet are lampooning them for it. Some guys with big teeth. Yes, that is a big problem. The over detailing of stuff that doesn't need to be there. Yeah, some corn cultist dudes. Yeah, I saw, like, I've seen some pictures, like, in thumbnails as I scrolled through YouTube. I go, what is that? Oh yeah, my beetle babies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard that people don't like it, or the argument for why the detail is not liked is because it takes so long to get them to just like a battle top or a tabletop ready standard, because everyone's like, I must paint all the details. Which, you know, I could see that. I was like that in the beginning too, but a lot of stuff nowadays, if I had to paint a GW model, a lot of it would be getting painted in just a block color, and I'd be like, yeah, it's there. I'm not going to detail it, but it's there. Yeah, there's a bit much going on with those mummies. Oh, I forgot to paint the leaves. That's okay, we can do that later. Time to get juiced. It depends on where you look. There are some people that have like second edition like Warhammer inspired stuff that I like a lot. Yeah, dial to 11. Right. And then who was a couple of the Monstrous Encounters? A lot of his stuff, it's just detailed. It's detailed just enough. Yeah, tabletop date night there. He blew one of the models up. I think it was one of the Robot Warriors or Robot Legion. He blew them up like 500 something percent, and there you could see the heads and the Phillips head screws, which is awesome on one hand, and on the other hand, why? Date night. I think you're the only person that looked at that and said, "I want this bigger." And when the machine said how big, you just said more bigger. You know, I keep telling myself that when my printer dies, that's when I'm going to allow myself to get a bigger one. I think it heard me. I swear I can't kill this damn thing. There was a post on resin printing on Reddit that I even went on there because the guy was like, I'm looking to get my first printer, and I can't find like any good, like unbiased opinions because people are all like some people are sponsored. So I got on there. I was like, listen, I'm not sponsored. I have a Mars 2 Pro from Elegoo that I cannot kill. And then I listed out all the things I've done to it, and I'm like, oh god. So, let's see, what was the first thing? So yeah, the first thing I did is I took the plate once. I've only ever leveled this printer once. And the reason why I've only ever had to level it once is because when I leveled it, I tightened the screws down like it owed me money. Like to the point where the metal was popping. So I did that once. And with my last Anycubic machine, I would have to like re-level it at least twice a week. And then I got resin, and I got alcohol on the screen protector, so that kind of wrinkled up. So I took some white electrical tape, and I put that around the screen as like a bezel. And then it started to get a little shake to it because the grease that they had put on the screw, the lifting screw, kind of scraped all of itself off of there. I've been using it so much. So I went and I got my red heavy equipment grease. I lubed it all up. I'm thinking, okay, this will surely kill it. Oh no, that machine loved it. It's still got a nice coating of it on there now. So, yes, it is a waiting game. Not allowed to get another printer until I kill this one, and I have a feeling it's going to outlive me. But then I also put in the post, I'm like, listen, 3D printing is a very mechanical, very tinkerer kind of hobby. And a lot of people that got into 3D printing, especially around, COVID, the lockdowns, all that stuff, everyone had free time, or everyone, learned about 3D printers and thought, this is cool, I want to get a 3D printer. A lot of those people they were looking for like a plug and play printer, which they're not. Even though some companies are saying, oh, we got self-leveling beds and we got resin vat heaters and stuff, there's still going to be some technical aspect that you have to either look into or accidentally get right the first time for it to work 100%. Oh, this one, the green kind of wore off. That's okay. We got an extra shiny one here. So a lot of those people in the beginning are going to be the bad reviews that you see on the websites. Right. Yeah, I wonder how many libraries and stuff still have their machines running. How many public access 3D printers? I have friends that they all got into 3D printing. Like once I started throwing stuff out there, and they saw what they saw what a printer that could do. They're like, I want to get into it, and they would get a printer. I'd suggest stuff for them. They'd get that, and then they'd fail over and over and over again. Then they would give up and be like, 3D printing is stupid. And it would take me sitting with them. I would go over to their house and I'd sit with them for an entire day, teach them the technical ins and outs of the machine, the do's and don'ts, how to fix stuff. I had one friend that his screen broke, he needed a new screen, and he was terrified to open the machine up. No, welcome to tinkering. You're going to rip that thing apart and I'm going to show you what everything does. Yeah. So after a little coaching, they got all their machines back up and running, and they've all been off to the races ever since. Yes. Yeah, a lot of the new stuff they're coming out with on those machines that I hear about, I'm like, that's just more stuff that's gonna break. Like a tilting vat. What? Well, a lot of the 3D printing world, I almost think the 3D printing world is about as good as it is going to get. Now all they can do is more to form prints. Now all they can try to do is find like gimmicky stuff to make their machines stand out. Because what are we at now? They got like 22K machines. Like, why? Supposedly tilted helps it release easier. Okay. Maybe? Right. And the only thing the only real improvements we can have at this point is like the resins can get better in some ways, like into different niches, like tougher, more flexible, more plastic-like, more vinyl-like. But yeah, I don't need to print. I don't need a 32 millimeter figure that I can count the pores on their face. I don't need that. Unless you're doing some kind of super specific R&D or something. I don't see why you would need that at all. Yeah, just about the same. Yeah, it's to the point now whenever I hear someone poo-poo in 3D printing, like, oh, it stinks, oh, it's too expensive, oh, it's too dangerous, oh, it never works. I just go, okay, fine. You don't, we're to a point now we don't need you in this hobby. If you don't like it, you don't need to. Go ahead. Although I like the printer that uses crayons infused with metal. Okay. I feel like that needs an explanation because it just sounds interesting. Oh, my music stopped. So I'm making weird noises here. Let's see here. Oh, come on. We got 12% left on this phone. Play. You know, maybe. It depends on... I don't know, man. I don't know if the government would trust us with at-home CNC machines, even though technically we can get them right now. But as soon as they become like easy bake ovens, I mean, I'd be all for it. I'd make all kinds of stuff. Someone probably made one from an Ender 3 already, probably. They might just... Yeah, we used to do that all the time with Battletech stuff way back in the day. Get you a little spin caster, melt some lead. Yeah. FDM laser CCL1. Spin casting, that's where you have the vulcanized discs are your mold, and you pour lead in the middle of it, and the mold spins. And that's, you know, how you did lead casting. Yeah, I was thinking, random thoughts in my head, mostly when I'm at work, going, God. I was like, all right, let's say I open a store. What would it be? And, you know, my first thought was game store, but then I thought about it, like, you know, I don't know. I would probably be better off with me opening up a 3D printer, like, shop, like sell, repair, teach 3D printing stuff. But then, of course, there's no money in it, so at least not that I can see. Side hustle. That's definitely something that we don't have around here. I don't know if there would be any demand for it. I don't know. Like where I am up in Flint is just a weird place as far as what works. I don't know, maybe a game store would work around here, because the closest game store to me is like a 20-minute drive up the highway. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way he's going to be able to beat Amazon's price too, because they work in such volumes. Yeah. I mean, there's... what was the name of that one that I went to? There was a game store that I went to that had tables, and they sold GW stuff, and they sold a lot of different game stuff, a lot of Marvel Crisis Protocol. But when I went in there, I was looking for I think it was the night before a live stream, and I just popped in there. I was looking for more black. I was looking for more Grim Black Army speed paint. And the guy was just like, "We don't sell speed paints." I'm like, "Oh, we'll find them. Bye." And then there was kids in front of me when I went in there. They were all talking about magic cards for a while. All the private ever do it. Yep. Yeah, that was a Great Escape Gaming. Yeah. I was looking around for like 20 minutes because they were talking about magic cards and stuff at the counter with a bunch of kids. Not that I'm complaining or anything. It's just it was kind of weird that happened. That they were just up there jaw jacking while I'm looking for stuff. Like, hello. Yes. Yes. That was another contributing factor because I was like, well, I'm not coming here again. Well, there's a game store I used to go to in Howell when I worked down that direction, and it was called Upkeep Games, and they're turning into like a kind of a franchise. They got. I think they're opening up their third store. They got one in Howell, one I think it's in Lansing, and then I saw on their Discord that they are opening up a third, but I didn't pay attention to where. But the customer service I got at the Howell store was just amazing. So that could be why they're opening up new stuff, because they are doing things right. And great selection. They have I used to kind of rambling now. I used to go there and check out their used models because they'd have just big, long display cases full of used models. You go there, try to find a deal, but of course everyone there knew 40K, so there were no real deals to be had. Everything was like 10% off. Right. Oh, what happened to Gamer Sanctuary? I remember I played in a tournament that they had 5, 6 years ago. And that was like the one time I went there, and it seemed okay. It was just, at the time, out of my way to go there. Yeah, I don't know what other companies are, but I think, don't quote me on this, but the GW margin is 35%. And that's only if you don't offer any discounts. So with that, you have to sell 3 of something to be able to afford another one. I think that's crazy. But I don't know. It's my non-business, but well, see, that's the crazy thing. If you don't offer discount, nobody buys from you. I have never, ever been to a store, to a local store, anywhere that I've lived that has had a discount. All the way from Omniverse Hobbies down in Fort Myers, Florida, where I started my whole gaming journey, to the place I used to go to in Lexington when I moved to Kentucky for college, to anywhere else up here, to 2D10 Games in Fort Myers, Florida, to anywhere. Never once seen a discount. The only time I ever got a discount on something was when I bought, I lost my mind and started an entire Space Marine army, and I bought 12 drop pods. That's the only time I got a discount. It could be. Okay, I almost got the whole, well, all the troops juiced. I still got the big one. I still got that one, the big one we did earlier, and I got another one of those I got to do, and then I have the big bug. We're getting there. Yeah, even when I started, like, we had Omniverse Hobbies in Fort Myers, Florida, and then I think it was Cool Comics and Games in Cape Coral. You know, in a straight line, they were only like 5 miles apart. So they were competing with each other, kind of. There was a bridge in between, and for me, that bridge was my demilitarized zone. I didn't cross the bridge. And, yeah, neither of those gave discounts. Even the guy at Cool Comics was the first one I bought a codex from. I bought the 2nd edition Ultramarine codex from him. Just to find out the 3rd edition had been out for like 4 months, and then he pretty much sold me crap. My first rules purchase in 40K was obsolete before I even bought it. I was like, oh, I should have known something. I've had people I tell that story to, they're like, what, didn't you know? I'm like, first off, I was 12. And it was the 90s. We did not have the internet. sort of cars that can afford this. Yeah. Yeah. Tell you what, sometimes I miss the hobby I miss the hobby that we did in the 90s. Where you figured things out as you went. You didn't go to the internet and be like, what is the most broken combo of this? Or what list won the tournament this week in wherever. You had the natural, arms race of everyone in your gaming group. You'd be doing good, then all of a sudden someone buy a box of Assault Marines. You're like, crap, now I gotta figure out a way to beat that. And then someone will buy a Rhino. And then there would be a Dreadnought on the board, and everyone's going, ooh. I'd hear rumors. I'd be in class, and one of my friends would lean over and be like, hey, did you hear? Josh got a ball predator. Look out. Oh, shit. Ball predator. Yeah, that just don't happen no more. But that's the reason why I'm happy with the way OPR is right now. Because while some things are stronger than others in the game, nothing is insurmountable. Kind of end off my little OPR pitch. There's no, oh no, I'm going to lose right from list creation. I think you guys will see in tomorrow's Friday night fight where that kind of came into play. All right. Yep. All right, guys. Well, it is past 11 o'clock, which is our normal stop time. And, stay a little bit longer because, hey, it's a holiday tomorrow. But, yeah. The big guy versus a juiced one. They are a little bit shiny. I think the oil stain has a little bit of shine to it, but that's fun. That's good. I like it with these guys. Ta-da! Take a picture of him for the thumbnail of the next, blah blah blah. All right, so what I got left with these, I have another one. He's in the Army 2. And then I got big Chungus here. That'll be fun to do. And I got cat hair starting to show up already. Oh, I swear. So that is going to be the Wood Elf army that is going to be taking on the Mummified Undead, which you guys are going to see in like 2, maybe 3 weeks. I don't know how far ahead I am, but the Mummified Undead, if you see the Mummified Undead one, it's 2 weeks after that. So, that is going to do it for me tonight, guys. I hope you all had fun watching. I had fun talking with you. We did some good painting, and I've discovered that marine juice works. So, this is a thing now. For anything that I do, guys, remember to like, comment, subscribe, show everybody OPR, and how cool it is, and then send them over my way, and I can corrupt them. And yeah, catch you next time. Good night.